Hello, Octopus. You're the first today. Hi, Kira. Hello, Jacinta. Hello, Win. Okay, so as usual, we're gonna wait 1 or 2 minutes for more people to join in. But in the meantime, Jacinta, today got Kahoot or not? No, today don't have Kahoot. Yeah, you can. In the meantime, you can see the sticker right above. We will be having our PSLE online boot camp. Okay, so if you're interested, you can join. Okay. So that will be for P6s. Ah, okay, you're Jacob, can. Some of you here are P6s, right? Okay, so the boot camp will um, be applicable for you. Jacob, how to claim the prize from Kahoot? Usually we will have instructions, right? So you can either WhatsApp us, okay, or DM us on TikTok. Okay, but anyway, this week we don't have Kahoot. Hello, Maverick. So Sonado Shadownick, yes, we are gonna begin. Okay, so let me just hide the sticker, then we can begin. Maverick, no, there is no Kahoot. Oh, Jacob, you won on Wednesday. Okay, that's good. I'm glad you won something. Alright, so as usual, we're starting off with P5 math here. First, okay, so this is your first question. You can try it out. Goal today, we do have P6 revision, but that will be at 7 o'clock later. Alright, so first question, please try it out and let me know your answers as usual. Go, it will be math. Yeah, for P6 later on, it will be math. Okay, so I'll just give another 30 seconds for you guys to send in your answer. Okay, 15 seconds. Oh, Cruz, you changed your username. Okay, so what was your original username? Okay, so seems like most of you are done already. Let's go through this. So the first question says, if 20% of a number is 40, what is this number? So you can write it out. 20% represents 40. If they're asking you to look for this number, it is asking you to find 100%. Okay, so in order to find 100%, you do not need to find 1% first. For this question, you can straight away multiply by 5. Okay, so that will give you option 4 as the answer. If you want to find 1%, that is also okay. Just that you will need an extra step. Okay, so I think all of you got it correct. So looking at the chat, all of you said number 4, right? Yeah. Go for science, you have to check our schedule. Yeah. I'm not too sure which exact day it is. Okay, you can check. Maverick, how come you can just multiply by 5? Okay, Maverick, because 20% times 5 is 100%. right? So for this case, you can just multiply by 5. You don't need to find 1% for this question. So it's a shortcut. All right, so if no questions, let's look at the next one. Next one, we have a number line here. Please try it. You're looking for the value of m. Okay, so same thing, maybe take 30 seconds to try to solve this question. Okay, another 15 seconds or so. Kalista, you might want to try again. Maverick, don't worry, I saw your answer just now. Okay, shall we go through this? I think most of you are done. So for a number line, usually we'll use a gaps concept. Okay, so let's take a look at how many gaps there are between 4.9 to 5.0. So here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 gaps. So you can say that 5 gaps is equals to the difference between 4.9 and 5.0. So if you use 5.0 minus 4.9, you will get 0.1. So you know that 5 gaps equals to 0.1. And of course, you want to find out what 1 gap is equals to. Let me know what 1 gap is equals to in the chat. What is 1 gap equals to? Okay, Maverick and Octopus both said, okay, so YH, Chen, and Anthony. Oh, actually, all of you said 0.02. Yeah, so that's correct. You just need to divide by 5. So if you use 0.1 divided by 5, you get 0.02. That is correct. So now let's look for m, okay? So in order to get to m, starting from 5.0, you need to go 1, 2, 3 gaps. So I will want to find out what 3 gaps is equals to. Okay, so you can just times 3. That will be 0.06. And then remember to add it to 5.0. And then you will get your answer, 5.06. So this is number 4, which I think all of you got correct. Most of you, yeah. Okay, so good job if you got it right. Any questions for this one before we move on? All right, no questions. Shall we look at the next one? Okay, so we have a diagram here. Yes, hello, Kyra. Okay, so this question says that the shaded area is 1/4 of the unshaded area. Which of this following figure, okay, represents that information? So you don't really need to do calculation for this, yeah? Just take a look at the diagram and choose the correct one. And again, let me know your answer in the chat. Okay, don't need to spam the number, okay? Just type the number once, it's good enough. Calista, I think you gotta try again, all right, for this question. Okay, maybe last 10 seconds. Okay, Lynn, I think you gotta try again. Chris, you also gotta try again. Okay, so let's go through this. I think some of you were tricked by this question. Okay, so when you see this fraction 1/4, the numerator, you can point it at shaded. So you know that shaded has to be 1 unit. And then your denominator, which is 4, you can point it at the unshaded. So your unshaded should be 4 units. So if you look at the diagram, your shaded should be 1 unit, okay, like this. And then your unshaded should be worth 4 units. So a lot of you chose C, but C is not correct because C's unshaded is only 3 units. Okay, so it's not 4 units. So the correct one should be option D, where you can see that the unshaded is 4 units. Okay, so this is number 4. And option A and B are not correct because the circles are not split into the same size. Okay, so here, not same size. Yeah, so a lot of you chose number 3 just now. So please be careful not to be tricked by the question. Octopus, that's a very funny comment. So are you saying that science is most difficult and English is the easiest? Is that what you mean? Not really? Oh, okay. Alright, so let's take a look at the next one. Here, you are asked to find the area of this rectangle here. Okay, so a fairly simple question. Same thing, 30 seconds to solve this. Hmm. Okay, Lynn, I think you gotta try again. Yeah? Okay, maybe another 10 seconds. Hmm. Ines, I think you gotta try that again. No, Lynn, you have to try again. Yami, now we're doing standard math. We do not do foundation math. Octopus, you need the previous question, was it? Octopus, the previous question was option 4. Yeah. Octopus, that was the previous question, right? The answer was 4. Yeah. Okay, so let's go through this. I think most of you did get it correct. Cruz, no, there is no Kahoot today. So they're asking you to find area of a rectangle. So the formula for area of a rectangle is length times breadth. Length times breadth. Okay, so you're going to take the length times the breadth. Okay, both of them are fractions. So please multiply these fractions. So before you multiply, you can actually cross cancel. Alright, so you can cross cancel 5 and 5, so you'll be left with 1 and 1. You can also cross cancel the 4 and 8, so that will be 1 and 2. So after you cross cancel, you notice that you're just left with 1 over 2, which is half. Okay, so that's why the answer is number 1, which most of you got correct. So good job if you got it right. So if you don't want to cross cancel, that is also okay. But then after you calculate, you will need to simplify your answer, which is fine as well. Okay, so any questions for this? If not, we can move on. Anyone has questions? No? Okay, so let's move on to our last problem sum. Sorry, our last MCQ. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Please try this. Okay, you'll need to do a bit of calculation for this. Same thing, 30 seconds. Jacob, you might want to try again, Jacob? Okay, another 10 seconds. Last 10 seconds to send in your answer. Oh, Jacob, you saw wrongly. Okay. Arius, when is the P6 English live, is it? Can you check the schedule on our website? Yeah, we do post the schedule for all the subjects and the levels. All right, so let's take a look at this. John stacked 7 boxes as shown. So each box had a mass of 10 kg 8 grams. Find the total mass of the 7 boxes. So first thing you notice is that the answer, okay, the 4 options are all in kg. So I will suggest you change the 10 kg 8 grams, change it into kilograms first. So you actually just need to change the 8 grams into kilograms. Okay, so to do that, you can divide by 1000. Then you will get 10.008. Now, after you convert it to kilograms, then you can times 7, okay, to find the 7 boxes. So 10.008, you times 7. Okay, so once you times 7, you get 70.056 kilograms. Okay, also is my screen frozen? Okay, so it's lagging a bit. Yeah, so option 4 is the correct answer. A lot of you chose option 3 just now, right? So if you chose option 3, it means that you converted wrongly. Yeah, that means your grams, you converted it to kilograms wrongly. So I'm looking at your answers. Most of you either chose 3 or 4. Yeah. Nobody chose 1 and 2. Any questions for this? Everybody? Oh, okay. So Rosa, you converted it to 0.8 instead of 0.008. Okay. Yeah, so it was a conversion issue. Octopus, how is 756 kg possible? Yeah, so luckily nobody chose that, right? Han J, is this P6 math? No, this is P5 currently. P6 is later, okay? So I'm gonna move on to section B, your short answer question. Okay, so this question, you don't need to calculate anything. So it should be quite fast. Venice is this volume. No, this question is on parallel and perpendicular lines, which you should have learned in P3. Yeah. Okay, so let me know your answers for this. Another 15 seconds. Let me know your answer. Rosa, what do you mean compact this? What is compact this? Okay, so seems like most of you are done. Right. So this question is asking you which line is parallel to line AF. Okay, so parallel lines uh, parallel lines will look something like this. Okay, parallel lines, the definition of parallel lines will be lines that don't ever meet each other. Okay, so no matter how long you extend both these lines, they will never ever touch each other. So this is line AF, and then you're trying to pick the parallel line. Okay, so most of you can tell me that it is CD. Yeah, so CD is correct. Some of you said CB is the answer. Um, but not really. Okay, so CB, if you extend line CB, you notice that it will eventually touch line AF. Okay, so therefore CB is not the answer because you have to pick lines that do not touch each other. Okay, so CD is the answer. Now one thing to note, you are not supposed to write DC for this. Okay, so for parallel lines, the direction of the line matters. Okay, so if you look at the arrow, AF is going this direction. So you have to write CD as the answer. If you write DC, you notice that the arrow is going in the other direction. So that will not be accepted. Okay, so just take note of that. The direction does matter for parallel lines. Okay, so seems like you guys are talking a lot in the chat. Let me see. Let me take a look at your comments. Hmm. Win, you thought it was line FE? Or how can line FE be the answer? Line FE is already touching line AF, so that cannot be the answer, right? Okay, Daria. Oh yeah, that's great. Your grades are like good. Oh, okay, Win, you meant you read the question wrongly, is it? You misread the question, was it? I see. Okay. Yeah, please be more careful then. So we have the next one. This is a question on geometry, okay, or angles. Let me know your answers. It should be fairly straightforward. Oh, maybe the audio is echoey, is it? For the rest of you, how's my audio? Is it alright? Anybody have issues with echoey audio? Oh, Jer is fine, is it? Hanjay is fine also. Okay, yeah, that's alright. Oh, okay. Now, some of you, if you are watching the TikTok live using your laptop, there might be some echo. Okay, but if you're using your phone to watch the TikTok live, then generally it will be okay. Yeah, so if you're facing some echoey issues on your laptop, just switch to phone. Then it should be okay. All right, so I think most of you are already done. You have sent me your answer. Let's take a look. You have PQRS over here, which is a rectangle, and you're supposed to find angle A. So for a rectangle, you know that the corner of a rectangle is always a right angle. Okay, so a right angle is going to be 90 degrees. So all you need to do is to use 90 degrees minus 12 and minus 38. So you can actually solve this in one step. So this is going to be 40 degrees as your answer. Yeah, which I think all of you got correct, right? Hanji, there is no Kahoot today, and for P5, we're ending at 7 o'clock. Okay? Win for P6 math later. No, there is no Kahoot. I think this week's Kahoot was for science, right? Yeah, so every week we will only have Kahoot for one subject. Yeah, so for this week it's science. Yeah, on Wednesday, right? Maybe some of you said, oh, is it Jacob? You said you want the Kahoot on Wednesday for science? Rosa, this is for P5. Okay, so if your child is in P5, you can, it will be suitable for your child. Yeah. When was Math's Kahoot, was it? I think it was a few weeks ago. Yeah. So a few weeks later will be Math again. Alright, so we take turns. Let's take a look at the next one. The next one, you have a right angle triangle. You're asked to find the area of this triangle. Hanji, when is the next Kahoot? I think it's in a few weeks' time. Yeah. Rosa, this is our own paper. Yeah. So Rosa, if you want to download this worksheet for your child, you can find this worksheet in our TikTok bio. Okay, we have a link in our TikTok bio. You can click on the link and then you can download the worksheets. Maybe another 15 seconds for those of you who are still doing the question. Okay, Fluffy Kitten, you send me the working. That's okay. Yeah, so Fluffy Kitten, what's your answer? I mean, you have to calculate out the final answer. Jer, you're giving me the formula, right? Yeah, that's great. That's correct. Hanji 20 is tricking you. Okay. All right. Catastrophic. Yeah, we are not doing secondary math. Okay, so no sine, no cosine. Okay, so yeah, I'm seeing a lot of correct answers. I think we can go through this. So I think just now Jer said that the formula we should be using for area of a triangle is half times base times height. Yeah, that is correct. So if you look at the triangle, between your base and the height, there must be a right angle. So therefore, your base is 12 cm and the height is 16 cm. For this question, you do not need the 20 cm to solve the question. Okay, so Hanjay, just now you said 20 cm was like tricking us. Well, I guess you're correct because we don't need the 20 cm. Bobby Black, this is P5 math currently. Okay, so let's do our calculations. This is gonna be 12. Sorry, half times 12 times 16. And then you can cross cancel. Okay, so let's cross cancel the 2 and 12. So you have 1 and 6. After that, you just need to use 6 times 16 to get the final answer, 96. Yeah, so most of you were correct based on your comments. Okay, so that's great. Yeah, Fluffy Kitten, 96 is correct. So, still quite simple so far. All right, let's move on. Next. Okay, so this one we have part A, part B. There is a table over here. Take a look at this table. So there are four boxes, and then in each box there are some red and blue pens. For part A, they ask you which colored pen has a greater number, and you're supposed to circle which color it is. Diamond, this is P5 math, not P6. P6 will be later on. Yeah. All right, so let me know your answers. Is it red or is it blue? You need to calculate in order to find out which one is more. Okay, so make sure you do your calculations. Dog, no, we don't teach poly, unfortunately. Okay, Diamond, you are P6, right? You can join us at 7 o'clock later for the P6 math. All right. Okay, so seems like most of you are done. Shall we add it together? So for the table, I'm going to add in one more row for the total. So you just need to take 17 plus 10 plus 13 plus 11, then you'll get the total for the red, which is 51. And then you do the same for the blue one, right? So for the blue one is 12 plus 18 plus 12 plus 15. So that gives you 57 for blue's total. So blue should be the greater one. And then based on that, you can do part B. All the pens are repacked such that each box has the same number of pens. So how many pens are there in each box now? Let me know your answer. Win, I think you gotta try again for part B. I think your number is too big. Yes, octopus break is coming. Okay, after this question, we'll have our break. All right. Fluffy kitten, you might want to try again for part B. Fluffy kitten, remember that there are actually four boxes, right? Okay, another 10 seconds. Last 10 seconds. Okay, Kyra, no worries. Okay, so I think most of you are done. Let's go through this. So I'm going to find the total first for the red and the blue. You have 51 red plus 57 blue. So in total, there should be 108 pens. And then because you know that there are four boxes, so all you need to do is to divide by 4. And then you will get 27 as the answer. Yes, Win, divide is the second step. That's correct. Yeah, most of you got it right. 27. Okay, so like what Octopus said just now, it is time for break. Okay, so we'll just take a quick one. All right, maybe just 3 minutes. If you need to use the restroom, okay, go ahead. Hi, Winnie. Thanks for joining. So after the break, we have, let me see, we have 2 more section B questions. Okay, then we have 2 problem sums, then we're done. Okay, so right now it's break time, but today's break time is a bit shorter than usual. Okay, just a 3 minutes break. Okay, so during the break, I'm going to show you the sticker again. Some of you are P6s, right? Like just now, Diamond, you said that you are P6. Okay, so if you're P6, then we do have the PSLE boot camp for you. Okay, if you're interested, you can sign up. Kwon, what is my name, is it? I'm teacher Felicia. Yeah. Sonado Shadonic. Oh, really? Okay, maybe you have joined my classes, okay, or our online programs before. Oh, okay. Yeah, Kwon, sure. Feel free to join our TikTok lives. Yes. SK, yes, now is break time, but we're gonna resume very, very soon. Okay, let us resume. Okay, so moving on to the next question over here. This figure here is made up of squares. Okay, so the area of the smallest square is 4 cm square. The area of the biggest square is 81 cm square. Find the area of this entire figure. So this question, you need a few steps. Yeah, so you can do your calculation. Fluffy kitten, what do you mean? Invite you whenever it's P5 paper? Okay, Fluffy Kitten, you just take note of our schedule. If you're interested to join us for P5 Math, it's every 2 Fridays. Okay, that means our next live for P5 Math will be 2 Fridays later. Okay, so I mean, just take note of our schedule. Hmm. One length times breadth times height is the formula for volume, right? This question is not on volume. This question is on area and perimeter. Jacob, you might want to try again. It might be a careless mistake, Jacob. So for those of you who don't really know how to start this question, let me give you a hint. You are given the area of two squares. Okay, so given the area of a square, you are able to find the length of the square, right? So for example, what do you guys think is the length of the smaller square? What is the length of the smallest square first? Oh, Kwon, are you sure it's 4? But 4 is the area, not the length. What is the length of the smallest square? Okay, YH says 2. Okay, yeah, so most of you say it's 2. Yeah, 2 is correct. Yeah. So you can start off with 2 times 2 equals to 4. So this means that the smallest square has a length of 2 cm. And then you do the same for the largest square, right? What is the length of the largest square? Javier says the length for the largest square is 9. Yes, okay, so most of you can tell me it's 9 because 9 times 9 equals to 81. Yeah, that's correct. So based on this, your next step would be you can find out the length of the medium square. So what is the length of the medium square? Okay, Jay says it's 7. Yes, that is correct, Jay. You use 9 minus 2. Yeah, okay, so Fluffy Kitten, that is correct. YH, that's the correct working. 7. So then you can find out the area of the medium square. Okay, so HMM says is 49. Yeah, that's right. So 7 times 7 is 49. And then the last step is to find out the total area. So you just need to add up all three areas. Okay, so the smallest square is 4, the medium square is 49, and then the largest square is 81. So add up these three areas to get the total area. That's 134. Okay, so I think most of you got it right. Those of you who are asking for Kahoot, no, there's no Kahoot today, unfortunately. Yeah, those of you who got the correct answer, very good. Okay, shall we move on to the next one? Our last section B question. This is on volume, okay? Volume question. So you have an empty container that is 30 by 12 by 20 cm. What is the volume of water in the container when it's 1/4 filled? Kwan, your math teacher is so fierce. I think you mean fierce, right? Octopus, how come you requesting for a booklet? Since when we do booklet, huh? Octopus, you did booklet for other subject, was it? Was it for English or what? You're suddenly requesting for booklet. It's so funny. Fluffy Kitten, thanks for the very kind comment. Hmm. Okay, yes, Kwan, that is one of the correct working. Yeah, you can do that. Hmm? Oh, YH you did for science. All right, okay. Last 10 seconds if you want to send in your answer. You can technically solve this in one step. All right, this question. So it's not meant to be difficult. Let us go through this. Okay, so since this is a volume question, you gotta use the formula for volume, right? Which is length times breadth times height. So let's use 30 times 12 times 20. Length times breadth times height. But they only want 1/4 fill. So 1/4 fill, you can either times 1/4 or you can divide by 4. Okay, so Ethan says divide by 4. Yeah, that is also correct. So I will times 1/4 instead. Because 1/4, I'm going to cross cancel. So I'm going to cross cancel the 4 and 12. Okay, so that means that I'm left with 3 and 1. So from here, you can actually do mental calculation. So all you need to do is to use 3 times 3, which is 9. Then 9 times 2 is 18. So you can write down 18 first. After that, you check how many zeros there are. So you have 1 0, 2 0. So all you need to do is to add 2 more zeros. Then that's it. That's the answer, 1,800. And then you can do this using mental calculation. Yes, Kwon, you can treat it as a shortcut. Yeah, you're right. Any questions for this? Yes, Kwon, you can look out for shortcuts. Huh? It will save you some time. Okay, so if no questions, let us move on to our problem sums. Okay, so we have 2 questions for the problem sums. So if you have your calculator, you can use your calculator now. Let's take a look at the first problem sum. A bucket containing 8 identical marbles weighed 605.6 grams. When one marble is removed, the mass became 598.1 grams. Find the mass of the empty bucket. Let me know your answers. This question, you can solve it in 3 steps. Okay, so try it out using your calculator. Quan, you don't use the average for this question. Yeah, we don't find the average. Yes, octopus. Yeah, so technically you're supposed to write your own units, but we're very kind to you. We write the units for you, right? Okay, maybe another 30 seconds for those of you who are still calculating. Yeah, when you guys send me the answer, you don't have to send the units. Well, because I mean they already provided you the units here. Yes, octopus, of course, when you do your paper, then you write the units. It will not be provided for you in that case. Okay, anybody else who's still solving? Anybody needs more time to solve this? 3 steps to solve this. Okay, so if not, I think we can go through this. So the difference between these two numbers that are provided will be the mass of one marble. Okay, because when you remove one marble, then you notice that the mass decrease. So let us find one marble first as our first step. So you're going to use 605.6 minus 598.1. You can use your calculator for this. You'll get 7.5 grams as one marble. And then what do you guys think you should do next? After you know one marble, what should you do next? Okay, Zachary says he wants to times 8. Okay, Maverick and YH also says times 8. Yeah, so you're trying to find 8 marbles. That's correct. I will do that as well. 7.5 times 8. So you get a very nice number, which is 60. Okay, yes, Bo. So we have found 8 marbles, and then what is the last step? You know 8 marbles is 60 grams. So how do you find the bucket? The empty bucket. Okay, so Fluffy Kitten says let's use the total mass, which is 605.6. Then you minus the 8 marbles. Then you get the bucket. Yeah, correct. Okay, so that's how you get the final answer, 545.6. So I think all of you got this correct, right? Just now? Okay, so this is a three mark question. Oh, maybe there's another answer. Oh, you mean another method. Okay. Yeah, so for math, there could be other methods. That's all right, as long as you get the correct answer. Quan is all right. Yeah, you can just learn from your mistake. It's okay. Zachary, no, this is P5 math. We don't have P4 for Kahoot. Sorry, for TikTok. Yeah, Zachary, this is P5, not P4. Okay, so if no questions, let us move on. This is our last question. Yes, Quan, you need to prepare for PSLE. Okay, then you can join us for our live every time, okay, to revise. Okay, I'm going to read the question here. So this question says that a table and a cupboard cost $1,345 altogether. One third the cost of the table was $75 more than one quarter the cost of the cupboard. How much more does the table cost than the cupboard? Cat, how many primary do you do on TikTok? Okay, Cat, I think you are asking which levels we do on TikTok, is it? We do P5 and P6. Okay, now this question requires quite a lot of steps. So I think if you're trying to solve this on the spot, you need more time to do this. Okay, so I will give you some time to do this. And I will suggest you draw a model. Yeah? Okay, so later when I go through, I will use a model for this. Mm, hmm. Yeah, Mayberry, you gotta try again for this. Quan 1345 minus 75 is your first step, is it? Well, I wouldn't say that's wrong, but it's not entirely correct as well. Hmm. It's incomplete. Yeah. Milo, tomorrow National Day, can skip tuition or not? Yeah, Milo, if you're A graded student, then you don't have to attend our lessons tomorrow, right? We will be closed. We are not open on public holiday. YH, you can use calculator. Don't need to do mental calculation. Octopus tomorrow, no envelope. What do you mean by no envelope? Envelope usually you do online, isn't it? Envelope block. Oh, yeah. For envelope, if you're doing it online, then you can still access it even though tomorrow is a public holiday. Yeah. Oh, Octopus, I mean that our centers are not open. So you don't physically go for the lesson. But if you want to do envelope online, I think that you can still access it. Okay, so I think you guys are struggling a bit with this question. Let me help you a bit. Okay, so let's try to rephrase this. Instead of one third of the table was $75 more than one quarter of the cupboard, let's rephrase this, okay? So we can treat it as one unit of the table is $75 more than one unit of the cupboard. So let me write that out for you. Let's rephrase this. Kira, no, we're doing P5 right now. Okay, so after you rephrase it, then we can use a model. So let's draw a model for the table and for the cupboard. So I'm going to draw one unit of the table and one unit of the cupboard. Okay, so something like this. So based on this, you know that one unit of the table is $75 more than one unit of the cupboard. So here will be the $75. Now, after that, look at the denominator. The denominator for the table is 3. So this means that for your table, you need to stack another 2 more units because your table is supposed to have 3 units in total. But right now, I only have 1 unit. Okay, so after you stack for the table, it should look like this. That's your table. Then you do the same thing for your cupboard. Okay, so for the cupboard, the denominator is 4. So this means that your cupboard, you should stack another 3 more units. So this question, the concept that we're actually applying is called stacking model. You should have learned this in P4. Okay, so remember to add in the total as well. And then I will write the concept for you guys. The concept is stacking model. Yes, Fluffy Kitten, you remember, right? Stacking model in P4. Okay, Wongs, that's a very funny comment. Okay, so based on this model, I think most of you should know how to solve it already, right? Okay, so let's calculate the 375 first. That's going to be 75 times 3 is 225. Okay, then we're going to minus this from the total, minus the 225. You get 1120. Okay, so 1120 is after you minus away all the 75. Okay, so 1120 will be for all the blank units over here. And then you can see that there's actually 7 of these blank units. So 7 units is 1120. Yes, octopus, you're right. Okay, so from here, of course, I think you know you need to find 1 unit. 1 unit is going to be 160. And then I'm going to find the cupboard. Okay, so based on your model, the cupboard is 4 units. So that's going to be 640. That's the cupboard. So then next you can find the table. Use the total minus the cupboard, and then you get the table. Okay, so let's calculate this. You get 705 for the table. So once you have the cupboard and the table, the last step is to compare them, right? Because they're asking you how much more does the table cost than the cupboard. So the last step is just to minus them. When you compare, you got a minus. And then that's how you get the answer, 65. Okay, so remember the dollar sign, $65 is the answer. Oh, Quan, you knew it was 65? Okay, that's good. Yeah, Maverick is okay. You can do corrections, no worries. Octopus, you got it correct, right? I think you're one of the only ones who got this question correct. So good job, Octopus. Ah, YH, your prelim is so soon, huh? Okay, all the best for that. Okay, everybody, we're gonna do our P6 math in a while, okay, but let us take a short break first. Okay, everybody, let's take a bathroom break. Okay, and I'll see you all back here at 7 o'clock later. Okay, so see you guys in a bit. Okay, hi guys, I'm back. Let me switch the screen, okay, to our P6 math worksheet. Kanimo, you are sorry, what are you asking? Can show the question please for this question? Huh? What do you mean? I don't quite get what you're saying. Okay, what's going on in the chat? 20K. Oh, you needed the answer for the last question, was it for P5? Oh, okay. Sure. Give me a moment. Oh, you wanted the question. Oh, I see. Okay. Here you go. Kanimo, you need the question, right? Maybe you can just take a screenshot. Yeah. Oh, Fluffy Kitten, you all want to hit 20K likes, is it? Oh, okay. Can this your goal for today? Is it? Okay, let's move on to P6, huh? Okay, that's very kind of you guys. Yeah, okay, so thanks for the likes, everybody. Okay, Quan, I'm sure you can do it. All right, so first question, you guys can try it out first. Okay, oh, Octopus, that's very kind of you. Thank you. Okay, everybody else, you should be trying the question. First question is on. Okay, maybe another 15 seconds. You should be done within 15 seconds. All right, so I think most of you are done already. Let's go through this. So the postage rate for sending letters to Japan is shown below. So Mrs. Tan sent a letter weighing 38 grams to Japan. How much does she need to pay for the postage? So for 38 grams, let us break it down. Break it down into the first 20 grams and then the next 10 grams. And then you have another 8 grams remaining. Okay, so we split it down into 3 parts. Then let's see how much she needs to pay for each of these parts. For the first 20 grams, it is 80 cents. Then for the next 10 grams, it is 25 cents. Now the last 8 grams, although it is less than 10 grams, but too bad, you'll still need to pay the full 25 cents. Okay, so let's add another 25 cents. And then that's how you get the answer, $1.30, which is number 3. Number 3. Lawrence, can I speak louder? Is it? Okay, the rest of you, is the volume okay for you guys? Is it too soft? The volume is okay, is it? It's okay? Lawrence, maybe Lawrence, you want to wear like, what's that, earphones or what? It might help. It might help with the volume. Okay, Lawrence? Yes, Quan, you have a question you can ask, no problem. Okay, so the rest of us, let's take a look at the next one. You can try the next one, question 2. Supernova, hello. Good to see you. Quan, you want to do times table, is it? Okay. Times table, you should have memorized it, right? Since P3. Times table, you should be able to work on it on your own. Yeah. Oh, okay. You mean division, is it? I see. Okay. Octopus, what? We should do P3 to P6 TikTok live, is it? We don't have enough teachers to teach so many TikTok live, unfortunately. Okay. All right, let's go through this. I think most of you are done. So Mr. Tan has 200 grams of sugar. He wants to pack the sugar into 1,000 packets equally. What is the mass of each packet? Okay, now there is a common mistake over here. The common mistake, okay, that means that a lot of people will get this wrong if they use 1,000 divide by 200. Okay, so that's not correct. Okay, please do not use 1,000 divide by 200. You should be using the 200 grams of sugar, then you divide it by the 1,000 packets. Okay, so don't always assume that it's the bigger number divided by the smaller number. Sometimes it could be the smaller divided by bigger, right? Yeah. So in this case, you should have gotten 0.2 as your answer. Yeah. This is number 2 as your answer. Why do they do that, is it? Okay, so yeah, I think some students will assume that it must always be the big divided by small. Okay, so that's not the case. If you use small divided by big, then you'll get a decimal or a fraction, which is also okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay, let's be nice to Corn. He is trying his best, okay? He or she trying his or her best. All right. Oh, Quan, you're a boy. Okay. Okay, noted. Let's look at question 3. Okay, so you guys can try question 3. The topic is money, right, for question 3? Let me know your answers in the chat. Lawrence, I think you gotta try again. Can? Lawrence? Lawrence, I think you need one more step. Quan, I don't think I will times 2 for the first step. Times 2, ah. Do you times 2? Oh, okay. Let me see. Quan, you want to times 2, is it? Oh, actually also can. Yeah, actually Quan, you can times 2 also. Yeah. All right. Are you guys ready with your answers? Okay, Wong's. You mean the question should be a rose and a cat, is it not sunflower? Okay, okay, can. Okay, your comments are really very funny. Okay, everybody, let's take a look at this. Eddie bought a card and a sunflower for $8.20. Jane bought a card and two sunflowers for $14. How much did a card cost? Okay, Fluffy Kitten is okay. Bye bye. See you next time. Yeah, you can go off first. Okay, so I'm gonna use 820 times 2. You get $16.40. Okay, so this will be for 2 cards plus 2 sunflower. Okay, then after that you can minus away $14. Okay, that means you're minusing away 1 card and 2 sunflowers. So that's how you get the cost of 1 card. Okay, so this will be 240. Yeah, 240, this is number 1. Number 1 is the answer. You could have solved this a different way as well. Okay? there's another method to solve this. So if you don't have the same workings as me, it's okay. As long as you get the correct answer. Yeah. Any question for this? Anybody don't understand the workings? Quan, yes, you did the same step, right? Because just now you told me to times 2, then I looked at it and yeah, times 2 is okay. You can use times 2. Okay, so if no questions, let's move on. Okay, question 4. That we have two boys over here. Anson and Beru, they drank all the water in the water bottle. Anson drank 100 milliliters more than 3 over 8 of the total amount. And Beru drank 250 milliliters. So how much water was there in this bottle of water at first? Okay, so please do your calculations and let me know your answer. Oh, you guys calculate very fast, huh? Some of you did the worksheet beforehand, is it? Octopus, you did it beforehand. Okay. Okay, Quan, I wouldn't use 250 minus 3 over 8. Yeah. You can think of it as units instead. Okay, maybe Quan, you can use units instead for this question. Lawrence, you also did it beforehand. Okay, that's good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me see. Okay, your username is in Korean. Shiro Hanu Sarang, right? Sarang. Yes, your workings are correct. Okay, yeah, let's go through this. Yes, okay, your workings are correct using units. So if you want to use units over here, 8 units will be the total. So I'm going to illustrate it for you using a model. Okay, so over here you have 8 units. Right. So you know that Anson drank 100 milliliters more than 3 units. Okay, so over here, this is 3 units. Then the additional 100 milliliters will come from the fourth unit. So I can label it maybe somewhere here, 100. Okay, so this is what Anson drank. Okay, then Beirut drank the remaining 250 milliliters. Yeah, so based on this, you can see that I have 5 units here, right? So this is 5 units. So your 5 units is made up of 100, okay, and also the 250. So I'm going to add it together to get 350. Yes, supernova, that's correct. Yeah, so then after that, you're going to find 1 unit by dividing by 5. Okay, so 1 unit is 70. Yes, YH, that's correct. And if you want to find the total, how many units should you calculate? You should find. I need one more step, right? I want to find the total. Kareen, right now we're doing P6. P5 was just now at 6 o'clock. Okay, Quan, I wouldn't times 3 over 8. Okay, I would times 8. Okay, because there's 8 units. Yeah, okay. So those of you who say 8 units, that's correct. And then you should get 560 as your answer. This is number 4. Yeah, because if you look at the model has 8 units in total. So you should be finding 8 units. One, you got 565. Okay, then it's probably just a calculation mistake. Okay, you gotta be more careful with your calculation. Hmm? Shirohanu Saram. What do you screenshot? You mean you screenshot the answer? Oh, by the way, the model is optional. If you can solve this without a model, that is also okay. Yes, Kwan, it was a careless mistake. Yeah. Octopus, how do I read the Korean names? I just read that. Just read the alphabet. Okay. Please try the next question over here. So this one, if you're P5, you won't be able to do because this one is testing you on circles, right? So you only learn circles in P6. Yeah. Okay, so please make use of the formulas you learn in this topic of circles to solve this question. Okay, yx, sure. That's much easier. 林俊潇, what happened? Count wrongly, is it? This one you do need to do a bit of a manual calculation, okay? Yeah, please be careful with your calculation. Octopus, you want me to switch P5 and P6 math next week? We can't just anyhow switch because our schedule is already fixed. Yeah. So we're supposed to do P5 first, then P6. All right, let's take a look at this question. So three parts of a circle with a radius of 14 cm is shaded. These three parts add up to a quarter of the circle. So what is the total perimeter of the three shaded parts? And you're supposed to take pi as 22/7 for this question. Okay, so yx, you want to use 14 times 2, is it? Okay, so yx, that means you're trying to find the diameter first. Can, no problem. So if your radius is 14, the diameter is twice of that, which is 28. That's correct. Okay, then y-axis, we can use the formula pi d to find perimeter. Yes, very good. That is the correct formula. Okay, so let's use pi d. Pi times diameter. Oh, okay, yes, Karin, no problem. Yeah. Okay, so let's take pi, which is 22/7, times the diameter, which is 28/1. Okay, so y-axis divide by 4. Yeah, that is correct. Because this is a quarter circle. So you can just times 1/4 also can. You want to divide by 4 also can. Alright, so now I'm going to calculate this. So cross cancel your 7 and 28 to get 1 and 4. And then you can also cross cancel the 4 and 4. So after that, you realize that your only numerator is 22. Yeah, so 22 is actually the curved portion of the circle, okay, of the shaded part. So do you guys think 22 is the answer? Is that the perimeter that you're supposed to find? Or is something missing? Okay, Octopus says no, you're not done yet. Okay, Jun Xiao also says not yet. Yeah. Okay, so for the perimeter, it's made up of the curved portion and the straight lines, right? So right now, this 22 is the curved portion only. We need to look at the straight lines, which I'm highlighting in purple. Yeah. So you have 6 of these straight lines. And then each of them is 14 because each of them are the radius, right? Okay, so now you need to use 14 times 6 to find the purple color straight lines. That will give you 84. And then the last step is to add them together. Okay, so let's use 22 plus 84. So you're taking the curved part plus the straight lines. And then you will get 106, which is number 4. Okay. Real Nick, use 14 plus 14 plus 22, then times 3. Can, yes, that is also okay. Yeah, so some of you may have different methods, which is okay. Jun Xiao, you still don't understand, is it? Okay, so Jun Xiao, the first step to get 22 is for the green color part, which is the curved portion. Okay, then Jun Xiao, you use 14 times 6 to get the straight line, right? So that's the purple color straight lines. There's 6 of them. Then after that, you just need to add up the green and the purple color part to get the total perimeter. So yeah, that's the answer. 106. YX, yes, we will do paper 2 later on. We are still at MCQ. Okay, Celine, you have a question, is it? Is it possible to use 3.14? No, Celine. If you use 3.14, then you will end up with a decimal. So if you have a decimal, then these options will not be correct, right? Because you know these options are whole numbers. Okay, Celine. So make sure to follow uh which pi they want. Okay, they will tell you which pi to use. Karine, unfortunately, I cannot help you with your homework. Yeah, you have to ask your private tutor. Okay. All right. So we're done with MCQ. Let's do section B. Okay, so this is a pie chart. Hi, Amira. Thanks for joining. YH, yeah, that is a funny occurrence. Okay, take some time to solve this pie chart question. Let me know your answer. You're supposed to find out how much Natalie spent on food. Okay. Okay, so y-axis says that right angle is 25%. Yes, that's correct. Yeah. Okay, so if you see a right angle in the diagram, it does mean that it's 25%. Yes, that's correct. K, you have a typo, is it K? I think you meant to type 25%. Yeah, if you want to change to fraction, then that will be 1/4. Also can. You can also use fraction. Jun Xiao is not 15%, huh? Maybe you calculate again. Okay, another 10 seconds before I go through. Feng Yu Lu, 100 is not the answer. You might want to try again. Okay, yes, YX, I would do that working as well. Yes, Lawrence, I would do that working as well. Yeah. Okay, so for percentage, okay, Lawrence, remember to use a arrow, not equal sign. Okay, so I think you guys are done already. Let's go through this. So you can either use percentage or fraction for this question. I prefer to use percentage. Okay, so I'm going to change the half to 50%. That means that over here, the purple color part is another 50%. So I'm going to use 50% minus the bills and then minus transport. So if you do that, you are left with 10%, which is for the books. Okay? So now you know that 10% for the books represents $40. Remember to use an arrow for percentage. And you're supposed to find food, right? So food is 50%. All you need to do is times 5. So $40 times 5 is $200, and that's the answer. Chicken butter, you ask me science question. You can ask that during the science TikTok, okay? Jun Xiao, yes, 40 times 5 is correct. Yes, Adrian is 200. Yes, the real Nick, um, chicken butter asked the wrong question in the asked the question in the wrong life. Yeah. Yes, octopus. I'm afraid I'm not fluent in French. Okay, octopus. Okay, supernova. Bye bye. See you next time. Okay, YX. Yeah, see you next time as well. Okay, shall we move on to the next one? Next one is on geometry. Okay, let's do the geometry question here. Okay, YH, that's interesting. All right, please try this question now. Octopus, you also need to leave soon. Okay, so let me know your answer. Okay, Daryl Nick, what is the characteristic of the trapezium? Okay, yes, that's a good question to think about. Everything adds up to 360. Yes, correct. Four-sided figures will, the angles within a four-sided figure will add up to 360. Yes, that's correct. Okay, yes, YX, yeah, that's the correct working. So this is a trapezium with AB parallel to DC. Okay, so you can put the arrows to indicate the parallel side. So whenever I have a trapezium, I like to cut the trapezium into half, like that. Okay, so I will cut it into half along the parallel line. Then these two angles are going to add up to 180. And then the other two angles on the other side are going to add up to 180 as well. Okay, so whenever you have a trapezium, you can cut it so that you know the two angles on one side is 180, the other two angles on the other side is 180. So you're asked to find angle BAD. Okay, BAD is this one. So you just need to use 180 minus 112, just one step. And then that gives you 68 degrees for angle BAD. Yeah, just one step, okay? YX, you have a question. What's the difference between rhombus, parallelogram, and trapezium? Okay, rhombus and parallelogram have two pairs of parallel line. Trapezium only has one pair of parallel line. And then rhombus, all sides are the same. But parallelogram, all four sides are not the same. Yeah? So that is the similarity and differences between these three types of four-sided figures. Okay, Kay, you have a question, is it? How many marks is that question for PSLE? You mean the question that I'm going through now? It's either a 1 or 2 mark question, yeah? YX rhombus, the sides are the same. Yes, yeah, YX. The sides are the same. They are the same length. Yeah. Supernova, yes, we're doing paper two. Let me see. Oh, yeah, yeah, you're right. The next question is already paper two. Yeah. Iman, you have a question? Paper one, section B. Is it this one? Yes, yes. We are doing, this question is from section B, from paper one. So yes, you're correct. Okay, bye Octopus. See you next time. Celine, when do we do live visit? Okay, so if Celine, if you're asking for math, it is every 2 Fridays. Okay, so that means that our next live will be 2 Fridays from now. Okay, 6 to 8 p.m. Okay, guys, you are talking a lot in the chat today, so I might miss some of your messages. Islam, you are asking a riddle, is it? Okay. The other students can answer you. All right. Okay. Anyway, guys, now it's break time. Y'all know, right? 7:33. Yeah. Okay. So we'll just take a very short few minutes break before we continue. Okay, maybe just 2 to 3 minutes break. After that, then we have three problem sums. Okay, chicken butter, you have a question, is it? They're two different length. How is it the same? Hmm. Chicken butter, you're asking regarding the ropers, is it? What's your question about? You meant the trapezium. Oh, okay. Okay. Chicken butter, I think you misunderstood the question. So or you misunderstood what I said. So we're not saying that they are the same length. We are saying that they are parallel. Yeah. So for trapezium, if you look at this diagram, I don't think any of the sides are the same length. Okay, so the only one that has the same length will be rhombus, not trapezium. Kiam Ganren, is this Sec 1? No, this is P6 man currently. Daryl Nick, yes, we are not at problem sums yet, so cannot use calculator. But the next question, you can use calculator. Okay, Kiam Ganren, you have a question, is it? Do we teach secondary school? Yes, we do have TikTok for P1 and P2 math. I think it's on a Thursday, okay, but you can check our schedule. If you're interested in Sec 1 and Sec 2 math, okay, we do have TikTok live for that. Okay, Islam, that's the answer, is it, for the riddle? That makes sense, yeah. Oh my gosh, John, why do you say hi, Zhen Zhen? Who is Zhen Zhen? There is no Zhen Zhen in this live, okay? Okay, so Kiam Ganren, you can watch the Sec 2 TikTok live. CHXN. Can you teach multiplication of fractions? Oh, okay. We do have some questions on that. Yeah, so if you join our live, we did cover quite a few of those questions. All right. Let us move on to our problem sums. You guys can read this first and then try to solve it. Okay, so for this question, a school is collecting money for a donation drive. Half of the students donated $3, 2/5 of the students donated $4, and the rest of the students donated $5. So a total of $9,000 is collected. How many students are there in this school? So there is a concept you can use for this question. Maybe you can let me know in the chat. Anybody knows what concept we're going to use? For problem sums, right, try to identify what is the main concept or heuristic that they're trying to test you. Okay, it will help. Jun Xiao, you gotta go. Okay, bye-bye. See you next time. Okay, Nurul says denominator same. Okay, Nurul, that is not a concept, okay, but it is a correct working step that we are gonna do later. Yeah. Okay, Daryl, Nick, same total. I think you mean same denominator, is it? Okay, so anyways, guys, we're using grouping for this question. Okay, that's the main concept. Kalista, we're doing P6, not P4. Okay, but Nurul is correct. We do need to make the denominator the same. So I'm trying to find out what is the fraction for the students who donated $5. Okay, so I'm going to use 1/2 minus half minus 2/5. So we're going to make the denominator the same. We're going to change it into 10. So this becomes 10 over 10 minus 5 over 10 minus 4 over 10. You get 1 over 10. Okay, so 1 over 10 is the fraction for the students who donated $5. So after that, let us write down what one group is made up of. Okay, so let one group, okay, be made up of 2 units, okay, for those who donated $3. Sorry, not 2 units, 5 units. Okay, so where did I get the 5 units from? I got it from the numerator. Okay, so 5 units donated $3. Okay, then 4 units donated $4. And then 1 unit donated $5. So now you need to multiply them. Okay, so you're gonna use 5 times 3, then plus 4 times $4, and then plus 1 times $5. Of course, you can use calculator for this. Okay, Celine, bye. See you next time. YH, grouping is a concept that is commonly tested, right? So we're using grouping in this question now. So once you calculate this, you will get $36. So this is for one group. This is the total for one group. Okay, so $36 is not enough because the total is actually 9,000. So this means that you have more than one group. Okay, so to find out the number of groups, you're gonna use 9,000 divide by 36. So that will tell you that there are 250 groups. Yes, Nurul, that's correct. Yeah, okay, so diurnal division is correct. So you divide to find out how many groups there are. K, are the brackets necessary? Yeah, it's not a must. If you don't put the bracket, also can. Up to you. So from here, you only need one more step. If you know that there's 250 groups, then how many students are there? How many students are there in one group? Anybody knows what the last step is? Remember that one group has how many people, how many students? What is the last step? Yes, Nurul, that's correct. Okay, so one group is made up of 10 students. So if you have 250 groups, you're going to use 250 times 10. Yes, summer blue, that's correct. So that's how you get the final answer, 2,500. Okay, yeah, there should be 10 students in a group. Because just now we had 10 units over here, right? So that means that there's 10 students within a group. Lawrence, you don't understand the 5 times 3, is it? Okay, so 5 times 3 is because we are saying that there's 5 students who donated $3. So that's going to be 5 times 3. And then we are saying that 4 students donated $4. So that's 4 times 4, right, Lawrence? And then you are saying that there's one student who donated $5. So that's 1 times 5. Yes, YH. Based on the denominator 10, that tells you that there's 10 students in one group, also okay. That's how you can interpret the question. That's also correct. All right, so this is a question on grouping. Let's move on. Next one, we have a volume question. So those of you who are P6, please take note that volume questions have been very popular in the past few PSLE. Okay, so usually they will come up as a 4 to 5 mark question. So make sure that you practice more volume question because it is a trending nowadays. So let's read the question. There was 21.6 liters of water altogether in container A and B. The water level in container A is the same as container B. The base area of container A was 700 cm square, okay, and then B has the base as shown in the diagram. Okay, so I'm going to write here first, base is 700 cm square. Okay, so you're asked to find the height of the water in container B. Let me know your answer. Okay, so if you are P4, then you will not know this topic, okay? Volume, you don't learn in P4. Okay, so if you are P4, this life is not suitable for you. Now this question, part A can be done in one step. Okay, so let me know your answers. Supernova, I don't think you did volume in P4. Volume is a P5 topic. Okay, so Nurul, 40 times 50, you get the base of B. Yeah, that's right, you can do that. Yeah. Have you guys gotten the answer yet? Okay, Nurul, then you can add the base. Okay, yes, that's correct. So let's go through this. Um, if you want to find the height, okay, you can use this formula. Use volume, divide by the sum of base area. Okay, let me write it down for you. Sum of base area. Okay, so you can use this formula when they tell you that the height is the same for both the containers. Okay, so the volume in this question is 21.6 liters, which you should change to cm cube first. So that's 21,600 cm cube. So that's your volume. And then you divide by the sum of the base area. So A has a base area of 700, and then B has a base area of 40 times 50. Okay, so remember that length times breadth gives you the base area. That's why we use 40 times 50. So you just need to put this entire equation into the calculator and then you get a very nice number which is 8. So that is the answer, 8 cm. Just one step. Okay, based on this formula that you need to know. After which, let's take a look at part B. So water from one of the containers is poured into the other such that they contain the same amount of water. So from which container should the water be poured out from? And how much water should be poured? Yummy, we will end at 8 o'clock. Alright? So can you guys tell me which container has more water? We should pour out the water from the one that has more, right? So which container has more water? What do you guys think? Okay, so K says B. Yeah, that's right. Okay, Sebun and Summer Blue. Okay, so everybody says B, right? That's correct. So B, container B. B has more water. So let's find out how much water B has using the formula length times breadth times, and then now you know the height is 8 cm. Okay, length times breadth times height. So B has 16,000 cm cube of water. And then if you want both containers to have the same amount of water, all you need to do is to use 21,600, then you divide by 2, so that each of them have equal amount of water. So that will be my next step. That is 10,800. Okay, so this is each container if they had equal amount of water. Okay, so what do you guys think the last step is? B has 16,000 worth of water, and then each of them is only supposed to have 10,800 cm cube worth of water. So the last step is just to minus. Alright, so let's use 16,000 minus 10,800. Yes, Sebun, that is correct. So once you minus, then that's it. That's the answer, 5,200. So remember to put the units. In this case, I will put cm cube as my units. You can also leave your answer as a liters, that is fine. Or milliliters also can. Lawrence, it should be 5,200, right? Not 5,400. Is it a typo? Okay, so Rolex man, you want to leave your answer as 5.2 liters? Yes, can also, because the question didn't state what units you should use. That's okay. Okay, YH, you can do that after the live. Okay, K, you have a question, is it? You don't understand the difference between cm square and cm cube. Okay, so K, cm square is for area and cm cube is for volume. So these two units are for different things. Yeah? Any other questions? Alicia, what about perimeter? Is it for perimeter? It will be cm. So cm. Perimeter. Okay. Let's move on to our last question on angles, okay, geometry. So in this diagram, ABCD is a rhombus, CDEF is a parallelogram. Find angle ACG. Let me know your answers. This question, you can solve it in 3 steps. Okay, 3 steps. Sebun, you mean you don't understand the question or what? Oh, you guys are very fast for this question. You all did beforehand already, is it? Okay, so I'm going to zoom in on the diagram so that you guys can see a bit better here. So whenever you have a rhombus, I will suggest you label the sides of the rhombus because for a rhombus, all sides are the same. So you can label it like this. Now, after you label the rhombus, you notice that whenever you cut the rhombus into half, you have 2 specific types of triangles. So what type of triangle is this? A rhombus you cut into half, what type of triangle do you see? Okay, so Ryan says it's an isosceles triangle. Yes, that's right, isosceles, very good. So based on this isosceles triangle, we can do some calculations. We use 180 minus this 46 degrees first. Then after that, we divide by 2 to get each of the base angles. Okay, so that is gonna give you 67 degrees for each of the base angles. Yeah, so that's your first step. So based on this, you would know that angle ACD is 67 degrees also. Because these two isosceles triangles, they are identical. Okay, so it's very important, remember that they are identical. Now, after that, you can find this green color angle, which is angle FCD. Anyone? How would you find angle FCD? So I'm trying to find angle FCD now. How should I do that? Okay, so Nurul says let's use 180 minus 128. Okay, Jay says the same thing. Yes, that is correct. Yeah. Okay, so I'm looking at the parallelogram. For a parallelogram, every 2 angles that are side by side will add up to 180. So that's why you can just use 180 minus 128 and then you will get 52 degrees for angle FCD. Chicken butter ACG is an acute angle, so it must be less than 90 degrees. Yes, that is correct. Okay, so from here, you just have one last step. Let me zoom in for you. Okay, so you should be able to see very clearly. How do you find angle ACG, which is the red color angle? Can you guys see? What is the last step? I'm trying to find the red color angle, ACG, this one. How to find? Yes, okay. So most of you can tell me it's 67 minus 52. Yeah, correct. So this is 67. Then you minus 52. Then you will get the red color angle. Okay, so it should be quite clear from the diagram. That's your last step. 67 minus 52. So that's it. That's your answer. 15 degrees. So remember to put the degrees sign. Oh, okay, Alicia, you want to do average next time, is it? I think we do have some average questions. Okay, not many, but we might have some. Okay. Seibu, we don't have any more questions. This is the last question for the worksheet. Okay. All right. So thanks everybody for joining the live. Please take note. Our next live is 2 weeks from now. Okay, it's not next week. It's 2 weeks from now. Okay, so everybody, good night, and enjoy your public holiday tomorrow. Okay, so it's National Day. If you're Singaporean, okay, Happy National Day, right? Okay, so sing all the National Day song tomorrow. All right, that's it for tonight. Good night, everybody, and I'll see you all next time. Bye. Bye bye. See you in 2 weeks. Okay.